will make that change. So what is this society? It is a society that I call the New World Order according to Islam. So it's a society that's based on using your mind, your mental powers to make decisions and knowing God. It is a society that is based on the cleanliness and the purity of the soul and the spirit and the body. It is a society that's built on respecting our promises and fulfilling our contractual obligations. It is a society that looks at zina, fornication and adultery, and prostitution as relationships that are filth and should always be removed. It is a society that looks at the institution of marriage as the best institution that brings a man and a woman together to produce the future and make a better society. I'll give you some of the things that he saw. He saw people whose lips and tongues are cut off. And he was shaken. He asked Gabriel, what's this? He said, هؤلاء خطباء الفتنة يقولون ما لا يفعلون. These are the people who speak something and do something else. He saw somebody who was offered a table full of fresh, delicious meat, and another table full of rotten, spoiled meat, and he would opt for the spoiled meat. And he asked, what's this, Gabriel? He said, this is the person who leaves the halal institution of marriage and goes to the prohibited institution of adultery, fornication, and prostitution. And then, on the act of fulfilling your promises, there is another scene that I hope everyone will keep in his or her imagination. A small hole in the ground, out of which comes a big ox, a big buffalo. And that very big buffalo is trying hard to go back in that hole. And he asked, what's this? He said, this is your word. As long as you keep it in your mouth, you control it. The minute it comes out of your mouth, it controls you. You can never bring it back in. That is the quality of the New World Order according to Islam. We want to build a society where people sacrifice their times and themselves for the cause of God through jihad. And he saw people who actually were sowing the seeds and turning around and getting the crop. He said, who are they? He said, these are the people who strive in the way of God and in the way of others. And a society where the citizen would always be in contact with Almighty God. He saw a person who is healthy and strong, but he's sitting down and a huge stone is making life difficult, making him heavy to stand up. And he asked, who is this? He said, this is the person who is lazy about performing his prayers. And we hope and pray that we'll be amongst those who will put together this New World Order to make a difference in our communities on a small scale. First, ourselves, then our families, then our neighborhoods, then our towns, then our cities, then our nations, and God's willing, the whole wide world. The Quran says, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, فَأَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةِ, and establish prayers. Indeed, prayers was required on each and every believer. إِنَّ الصَّلَاةَ كَانَتْ عَلَى الْمُؤْمِنِينَ كِتَابًا مَوْقُوتًا. And I hope and pray that we all are going to be amongst those who establish prayers energetically with a lot of happiness, because we are meeting our Creator, Almighty God, because we are cleansing our bodies, checking on what we have done, and reporting to God on the good news of saying, Almighty God, we love you so much. This prayer is the universality of Islam, making Islam a universal faith. You know, people ask me, what is the best franchise in the world? Is it McDonald's, Pepsi-Cola, Coca-Cola? I tell them no. The best franchise in the world is the franchises masajid. Everything is standardized. Say, oh yeah, McDonald's, you can have a Big Mac anywhere you go. I say no, but nothing like Islam. You go to any mosque anywhere in the world, you don't need to be coached on how to pray. You don't need to be coached on which direction you pray. You don't need to be coached on what you say while you're praying. Everything is standardized in the original language, the language of the Holy Quran. And that is what makes our franchise, the franchise of the future, the franchise that's going to make a difference in this world, if and only if we put it together. And mark my word, it is being put together by the blessings of Almighty God. Again, thank you very much. May God bless you and bless your families. May God bless us all. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Yahia Abdurahman signing off.